Dude, I got some next level shit for us, by the way.
Like conversation shit?
No, not at all. But I'm talking about fucking weed drinks, my dude.
What?
Yes.
Dude, that's not for us. That's for you.
I mean, the proverbial us.
The royal us.
The royal us. It's called Cannabis Quencher. It's lemonade. It looks. I asked the dude. I was like, "Yo, it's like how does it feel?" He was like, "It's potent." I was like, "Oh, nice. I'll take it."
My first question is, does it make your pee smell like weed?
Dude, I hope so, because somebody's gonna find out tonight. And on that note, welcome to Comics and Chronic. I am only but one of your hosts on this podcast. Without the other two, there is no Comics and Chronic. As always, right. Cody Walaka Cannon and Anthony Iannaccio. What up, you guys?
Yo. What up,
we are here.
This is us.
Isn't that a sad show or something?
It is a sad show. Have you ever watched it? It's actually really good.
No, I don't know.
It's like
waste
super
my time
sappy,
with that kind of melodramatic bullshit.
What do you waste your time with? What kind of TV you watching?
Honestly, mostly WandaVision.
Nice.
I've been rewatching a lot of the Boondocks. Like even before we decided that we were gonna cover Rodney Barnes, I had just I think they just recently put it on HBO or something. So I started rewatching the Boondocks.
Nice. I stopped watching after like 3 seasons, but I always loved it. I'd like to get back into it, honestly.
Not even joking. I think it's like both one of the best like sitcom shows, period. It's so funny. And then 2, I think it's this, and this might get me hated on for saying, I think it's one of the best anime shows.
Bum, bum, bum.
What?
I don't really care about anime, so I won't argue with you there.
You don't care about anime? What?
I'm just
what,
not
what
like.
does that
I'm not,
mean?
it means I'm not deep into it, so I almost don't have I'm in no place to critique it. Because the anime that I like is literally like surface level anime shit. Dragon Ball, Cowboy
That's
Bebop,
awesome.
shit like that.
That's what a lot of people's experience with anime is. Like
I know, but I
there's
feel like hardcore anime people know like really obscure animes. Like, have you ever watched? And it's like, I don't.
No,
dude,
It's like only 2 people have watched.
Yeah, I've never been able to bring up an anime to Kent, my friend Kent, and he's seen every single one. I can never. Even if you think like you've discovered the most obscure one, he's like, yeah, I watched it already. It was okay.
Shout out to Kent, fucking anime encyclopedia over here.
Yeah, dude. I don't know anything.
Encyclopedia anime.
I've seen a few animes, but not many.
This episode isn't about anime.
Yeah,
No.
you nerds. Jesus.
No, it's about our boy Rodney Barnes.
Our boy. Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm actually really glad that we like decided like, oh, here's I remember when we were looking at like what we could do and we just came across this thing. I actually loved this comic. This comic, by the way, we read Killadelphia by Rodney Barnes and it was fucking cool.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I truly loved it. I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
Sick. Yeah, like it was like, I was like, okay, another vampire comic. And then they took it in, it kept like being something totally different than what I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. Like from who the main villain at first is. Like, right? Like it's John Adams. Adams.
Here, let's set the stage for the listeners. Okay. So Killadelphia takes place in Philadelphia, and basically through the perspective of a detective, or I guess he's just a cop.
Yeah, he's a cop in Baltimore.
Yeah. His father dies, who was chasing down a case. He was like hot on someone's trail, gets killed. Turns out that fucking revolutionary goddamn president John Adams is making an army of vampires to build a better America. Like literally throughout the comic, he doesn't even want to destroy humanity. He wants to build like a stronger country.
Yeah,
right. He's not necessarily like he doesn't seem evil. You know, he seems like his ambition's kind of noble and he realizes his legacy is a joke. That's like his main motivator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
we're joking about him. Like John Adams. Okay.
well, it's funny because right now when I just said the premise of the comic book, it almost sounds like that's really fucking stupid. But like the way Rodney Barnes pulls it off is fucking really cool and like interesting. It's like detective noir story mixed with horror genre.
Yeah.
So
I really liked it.
So like in the paperback, so in the volume 1 collection at the back of the book, Rodney Barnes talks about that one of his influences is the 1970s. It was a TV movie and then it became a TV show. It's called Kolchak the Night Stalker. Have you guys ever seen it?
No.
If you could find it, it's
Have
great.
You?
I watched it recently, actually. Not for this, like a year or so ago. So it's this like grisly detective guy, and he's in Las Vegas, and he's chasing down a series of murders where all the victims, like their blood is drained.
Nice.
But
That's cool.
he's not like a believer in any of this like shit, and like, you know, I feel like Killadelphia is kind of it gets that thing, like you have to start off not believing the vampires are really responsible. It's got to be really grounded.
You would have never made detective if around being like it's vampires behind these crimes.
No,
but it's that whole genre of that you're talking about, like horror detective story, where there's like some supernatural element to what's going on. It's just like not your average murder case or whatever. And I'm always into that because I don't really, you know, I'm not really into crime stuff too much. I like the supernatural twist. It helps me get into that genre a little bit easier.
I like crime as far as comic books are concerned, mostly because like Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, that's like their whole MO.
And that's like two of your favorite, right? Combo, correct?
Yeah, they're an artist writer combo. They're pretty much like anything they put out is just gold.
Dude, did you ever read Sean Phillips' Punk Rock Jesus?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
Dude, it's pretty sick.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Basically, long story short, it's about this kid that like everyone decides is like the next coming of Jesus, and he decides that he doesn't really necessarily want to be, and kind of like becomes a punk kid. And yeah, like it's all about like, you know, Twitter plays a big role in the comic, which is pretty cool.
When did this come out?
Like, I don't know, 2015 or something like that.
Okay.
13.
I feel like it was earlier than that. Like I've never read it, so I don't know, but I feel like it wasn't that recent.
Oh, he's challenging your knowledge, Cody.
No, he's not claiming. He's just like, I don't know.
Well, it's great. It's like a single graphic novel. It's not something that like was done. I think Sean Phillips wrote and drew it.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's a great I can't say it's great. I didn't even read it. So
Poser.
But Killadelphia was great.
Killadelphia was sick.
I like the art. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, the art was cool. Speaking of the art, it's the same dude that did 30 Days of Night.
I thought that when I was reading it. I'm so glad I was right.
Jason Shawn Alexander is the artist, and yeah, he did the art for 30 Days of Night, which also, if you've never read it or seen the movie, is about vampires.
Dude, 30 Days of Night was incredible.
The movie or the comic?
Both.
I didn't really like the movie.
I didn't really like the movie either, if I'm being honest.
Both of you guys are cowards.
We didn't say we were scared of the movie. We said we like it.
I never thought you were afraid of the movie as much as I just called you cowards for taking dig at a movie that I loved so much.
I didn't like the movie. I've never read the book, but I've like skimmed through it, and the art was cool, but I've never read it.
Yeah, it's like darker and weirder than the movie, but the movie's great.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Hartnett. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, dude, he did that and like Lucky Number 11, and it just fell off again. Pops up just like once every generation for a couple of bangers and then leaves.
He's a whisper in the wind.
When I was reading Killadelphia, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Okay, no. I got like in the beginning of the comic, I actually got vibes from that, just because Vampire in Brooklyn is about literally a Caribbean vampire coming to urban, like New York City and pretty much turning the hood into vampires.
So it's about a Caribbean vampire coming to America?
Oh, no.
Actually, yeah, it's pretty much coming to America, but Eddie Murphy plays a vampire. I'm serious.
I'm sold.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's not good, but I remember when I was younger, I liked it.
Eddie Murphy's been in so many movies that are just like, you've just seen them as a kid or something. You're like, okay. Like, I like The Nutty Professor. That was a great Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, that is.
But it's not like, I don't know if I would like it now.
Yeah, because in the part in the graphic novel where John Adams tells his story as to how he got turned into a vampire.
The graphic novel of The Nutty Professor we're talking about right
Yeah.
Oh, they should make a graphic novel of The Nutty Professor.
You hear that, comics world?
Yeah, you hear that? Whoever directed Nutty Professor.
Dude, that would be, honestly, they could do a really, like, make it even more far-fetched and insane.
Can Nutty Professor get even more far-fetched and insane? Have we seen the same movie?
The second arc of the comics will be about the clumps.
They have like a Nick Fury character, and it's like, we're trying to put the clumps together.
That'd be
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, the more I talk about it,
the more it needs to happen. I grabbed up the pipe I didn't pack because I was laughing so hard.
Before we go a little further, dog, light up.
Yeah, dude. Cheers, gentlemen.
I'm gonna plug this company because I actually do like their product, and I'm sure they're not gonna listen to us, but still, I do like it. And dude, it's cool. It's called THC Design, and it comes with a little case, like a classic cigarette holding case, but it's pre-rolled joints. Yeah,
you're like Don Draper over here.
Yeah, I'm just a classy guy. So that's THC Design. Check them out. It's good shit. Actually, they get me fucked up.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just like in a state where I'm still living that I get whatever 2 kinds of weed my dealer and whatever that he tells me they are, I have to take his word for it.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of that, didn't New Jersey just legalize weed today?
Yeah,
dude. Congrats, New Jersey.
Finally, the one cool thing about New Jersey, except for the Sopranos, maybe. But other than that. Ooh, Anthony, as an Italian.
Oh, yes.
Were you a fan of Sopranos? I had to ask that.
Did
you even like Sopranos regardless of you being Italian?
Well, see, the thing is, I've never watched The Sopranos.
Anthony's never watched anything.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start a series called Anthony Never Watches.
It's so ridiculous because I do watch so much shit, but everything you guys bring up, I just haven't seen.
It's because we're so much older than Anthony.
Yes, right. I'm 2 years younger than these guys, and I missed the boat.
Well, it's a good thing we give ourselves a signed comic book reading, because otherwise you would never read or see what we do.
I know. So before we were like going into Killadelphia, right? John Adams, the main villain. What's interesting about John Adams, I'm sure this is why he was picked as the villain. Not only because, and it's hard to call him a villain because that's what I'm saying. Like his motive.
He's a villain for sure, dude. Most of his quest is based out of like narcissism.
True.
That's true. He literally references. And that I like this Hamilton when he goes to see the play Hamilton.
Oh yeah,
and he was like, I hate that shit, and they saw how they made fun of him in it. Like I like how that fuels.
That's his backstory.
Yeah, that's his backstory.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it, I'm gonna change things around here.
Like Lin Manuel Miranda gets off scot-free, but he's like, fuck everybody else. But so no, I was going to say about John Adams is that he is the only founding father and the only one of like the first, I think, 12 presidents who did not own a slave and was outright against slavery.
Nice.
Well, big whoop, because look what happened to him
in the comic.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
his wife.
His wife was a real bitch.
She was the true villain of the story. Like she's the true mastermind.
She's about to be because the way they set it up.
Yeah, dude,
It's
I'm
gonna
ready
go
for
down.
Yeah,
Abigail
his
Adams.
wife is. Who knew John Adams' wife was such a bad bitch?
Dude, she was a baddie. She was thick.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Abigail Adams.
Abigail Adams.
That was her name.
Dude,
No, I
love-
know. I didn't know she was such a bad bitch.
I love that she was like, "Hey, John Adams, marriage is archaic. I don't belong to you anymore." Dude, I knew then she was the one in charge.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking dude, John Adams is a cuck, you know?
Yeah, for sure. John Adams is a cuck.
He's a beta bitch. Like, we need, you know, the American needs an alpha.
Yeah, the entire time he's just like, fuck, I'm high. I fucked up.
I thought there were actually, and I hope I'm not reading too much into this, but when I was reading it, I thought there were actually some cool themes that Rodney Barnes like put in there, and I actually it'd be cool to ask him to see like if I'm right. But all right, hear me out because I wrote it down.
Nice.
So I thought that John Adams being a vampire and, you know, turning Philadelphia, and specifically what it looked like in the comic was like ghetto poor urban Philadelphia, you know, like there's a lot of like black vampires in his army, his daughter,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
So I thought that was like, I don't know what's the correct word. Is it analogy or allegory? But either way, an analogy for like you know, today, like old white politicians who are out of touch with like the needs and wants of like, you know, most communities in those kind of cities,
Yeah.
sucking the life like out of them, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's- yeah.
yeah. So that's what I wondered. Like, was that what he was trying to go for? Because that's what I picked up when I was reading for it. I was like, oh, like this dude's doing, you know, obviously vampirism, but is it just an analogy for like what's happening now via policies? You know?
Yeah.
Right, because one of the characters, I think his name is Tevin.
Yeah.
They don't
Tevin,
really.
Tevin Tompkins. He was cool. I liked him.
Right. He, you know, when he gets the chance to actually get power, he uses it.
Yeah. And you know how he did it? By reading a book.
Right. He
Knowledge
educates
is
himself.
power.
He's like, John
Ooh.
Adams he doesn't want to really help us. Like, he doesn't know what to do with that. Like, he's like, I'm going to use the power to actually help. And I think what I'm saying is, you got me thinking about, sorry, what the fuck? I just got hit with like, I'm high. No, but I'm trying to say what you were describing got me thinking about that. And I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense, Jake.
And I also thought it was cool because, like, yeah, like, so John Adams in the book, he has this magic book that he wants to decipher, but it doesn't seem like because throughout the book, he keeps saying, like, the best scholars and literaries couldn't decipher it. But it doesn't sound like he ever himself really tried that hard, whereas, like, the kid is
Right.
the only one who took the book and just read it and read it and read it until...
Well, even further, what he says is that the language was a language of like a culture that John Adams was not a part of. I think it was like an older black culture. I don't know.
Or it
if
looked more
was
like Native American almost, like perhaps like Indian.
some
Some
old
kind of
native
indigenous culture.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, John Adams would never, because it leads, you know, like in real life, we always assume or like white society assumes that, you know, indigenous people aren't people that have knowledge that's important,
Yeah.
when they probably
shit.
have the most important knowledge,
For sure.
and knowledge that could actually help and fix and change the world, you know?
By creating vampires.
Well, that's when it becomes, like Jake
No,
said, the
no.
analogy or
I
the
agree
allegory.
with what you said, yeah.
No, I was just being a dumbass.
It's
No,
okay.
no.
It's okay if you can't contribute, Cody. Just say it.
Oh, that's sick. Oh,
I'm just
The story is way deeper than it appears. Even talking about it is making me think more about
No,
the story
yeah,
than when I
it's-
was reading.
it also doesn't. It's not like all of those themes are very apparent, but it doesn't like beat you on over the nose with them. Either.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not like in your face.
Because the actual content of the story is this guy, like Jake said, he's trying to figure out what happened to his father. And it leads him down this, you know, this huge mystery.
Oh shit! I just had a whole new like revelation now. Okay, no, seriously. So okay, the main character James Sangster forms a stronger relationship with his father when he's dead and a vampire. Which, generally speaking, a vampire is always considered, you know, in the movies and whatnot, like considered devoid of life, and he
Yeah.
had more humanity in him post-mortem than he did with his child when he was alive. So I thought that was cool. A cool way of, you know what I mean? Like, in a way, like his father as a vampire was more human than he was when he was actually alive.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
And also another note about his father. So I think I was texting you guys about this. So his father, James Sangster Sr., he's drawn to look like Phil Morris, the actor.
Is that proven?
Is that a fact?
It's
or do
him.
you just think that?
No, I don't just think that. It's
I don't
him.
think it is him.
I think it's him because, okay, so I recently saw him in Doom Patrol, right? He plays Silas Stone, Cyborg's father. He's not famous for that, but he's in a lot of superhero related stuff. He played John Jones in Smallville. He's like always in like comic book stuff is what I'm saying. But everyone knows him as Jackie Childs, the lawyer from Seinfeld. Like if you've seen Seinfeld, he's Kramer's lawyer. It's him.
I'm not a big Seinfeld fan. Do you really? I thought that the model for the father was based off of the dude who plays Candyman in the original Candyman movies.
Nah, no way. I swear it's like because he's okay in some comic series, like they'll draw someone differently, but certain artists are always using a reference. I don't think any of the other characters were a reference, but that to me that's Phil Morris. Like if you made this movie, they're casting Phil Morris.
Did you know that they are making a TV show out of it?
Ooh, I bet
really?
he's the father. Let's look. Are they like, have they announced anything?
I have no, I didn't. I literally just found this out like 5 minutes before we started the recording.
Well, who are your sources?
I was reading about Wikipedia, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was reading about our boy Rodney. Yeah, Rodney Barnes. Dude, created so much amazing shit over the years.
Yeah, look, so if I Google what I just said, Phil Morris, Killadelphia, a lot of people say that. I'm confident enough to suggest that actor Phil Morris served as a model for James Sr.
Really?
There's a striking resemblance to actor Phil. Because it looks like him. Like if you've seen him in enough things, you're like, that's Phil Morris. Like even like his wrinkles, like it just looks like the dude.
I haven't seen him in enough, but I'm sure you're right.
You gotta take my word for it. I don't, it's not like, I think it's him. Like, it's just a model for him. I just think it's cool. I've seen that in other comics and sometimes it works. Sometimes people, like I've seen someone draw like John Cena as a character, but the character's not John Cena, but it's clearly John Cena. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
Yeah. And it's just like, what? Okay. I mean, that's the model you use. Go for it.
Have you ever seen Alex Ross, like pictures of the models he uses for his superheroes?
I might have.
No.
I don't know.
They're not like famous people. They're actually like just his friends and whatnot. But that's what seriously, if you look it up specifically in one of the books, there's a picture of like his boy who plays the model for adult Shazam. And when you see him, like he does look like him, but he's really not like superhero looking. He kind of just like they're like normal plain dudes. But Alex Ross just like throws on a dang costume and all of a sudden these people are superheroes, you know?
Yeah. He breathes life into them.
Breathes life. Who do you think would win in a fight? John Adams Vampire or Blade?
Blade, easily.
No question.
Really?
Although John Adams did have some magic.
Yeah, come on, dog. You guys are sleeping on... See? Disrespecting John Adams. Put some respect on his name.
Put some
respect
on
Abigail. Get
Abigail.
his own wife to respect him.
Yeah, exactly.
Why should
The true baddie is Abigail Adams. We gotta can Blade handle her? That's the real question.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
I don't know.
Exactly. We haven't really seen what she could really do or like what her like, I guess vampires are generally easy to beat though, and Blade's the best at doing that.
These vampires, what I liked about this comic is that these vampires didn't seem like easy to beat.
Right. Because of that magical element that they seem to have.
Well, they like, for one thing, they were flying like it was no one's business.
True.
When that little girl jumps down on those cops and murders like 10 of them.
Yes.
She's
a great character too.
A lot. I forgot her name, but she was a cool character.
I don't know if they tell us her name, but we do know that she's like a 150-year-old child slave.
Yeah, she used to be a slave. Yeah, I thought that.
And
was
then her
cool.
sister gets turned back into a person.
Yeah, that's cool because I've actually like never, in all the lore, you never hear of people being able to be turned back. I thought that was pretty cool.
But she got turned back by a vampire.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That character was cool.
I wanted to. This has nothing to do with Killadelphia, but Jake, I don't know if Cody has heard of this guy. We've talked about this guy in real life. So in DC, there's a character called Hemogoblin. You remember this guy, Jake?
Whoa, vaguely.
The Hemogoblin.
Sounds like somebody I would come up with for my universe.
Okay, so You would, Jake, because get ready for this guy, okay? The Hemogoblin was a vampire created to help a white supremacy group eliminate non-whites.
Whoa, what?
But it gets way worse because he also is notable for mainly infecting members of the New Guardians, which is like a Green Lantern team. So he could like mess with Green Lanterns. He's known for infecting them with HIV.
Oh shit! What?
This is a DC villain.
When was he published? What year did this dude come out?
That's a good question. I'm looking it up now, and I think it was the 80s. I'm not sure. It has to have been the 80s. It's 1988 specifically.
A white supremacist HIV infecting vampire.
He's only in it for one issue.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot to keep going for multiple arcs.
But it's like the debut issue of the New Guardians.
I want to see Grant Morrison's Hemogoblin.
Wow.
I think I'd rather see Frank Miller's Hemogoblin.
Oh no.
Frank Miller's would be awful, honestly.
Yeah, it would.
Frank Miller, hold on. First off, we're not going to just all out shit on his catalog.
No,
here.
we're not.
No,
we're not shitting on his catalog.
I'm just shitting on his more recent output.
Yeah.
Frank, if you're listening, I like most of your stuff. Anthony and Cody.
Good. That's fine because he's made some super racist stuff. Like he made this really racist like Muslim character or Arab character. I forget. Like it was just like it's really messed up. I don't know if it was ever released.
I like only what of his is good. Some of his stuff is just out there zany, stupid.
Mm-hmm. Like he clearly impacted comics in a major way with Dark Knight Returns and Daredevil. He
also loves putting swastikas in every comic book that he makes.
Is that seriously? Like, is that
dude,
something?
If you read Sin City, if you read his Frank Miller, like Dark Knight Returns,
Dark Knight, yeah.
Like he for some reason, like in almost each of his comics. But dude, have you guys ever read Ronin by Frank Miller?
No, but I heard it's incredible.
Dude, it's incredible, and it's like also like Samurai Jack borrows heavily from Ronin.
Nice.
Which is something that people don't. Yeah, like even like Samurai Jack's like demon villain is borrowed straight from Ronin. Ronin's cool. Ronin is like cyberpunk. No, what's the fucking movie with Harrison Ford?
Oh, Air Force One.
Patriot Games.
Yeah, Patriot Games. The Fugitive.
Blade Runner.
Oh, right.
Ronin is like Blade Runner. It's like a samurai. It's like future, but like samurai shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've never read that. I read 300. I know that's like Frank, one of his most famous ones, but even I'm not like that.
300's not that good. Honestly, only Sin City, Dark Knight Returns, and Ronin.
Daredevil.
And Daredevil. Actually,
Daredevil.
I do like his Daredevil run a lot.
Yeah,
because
I love Nuke. Nuke is such a crazy character. I want to see like Nuke is that dude. He's basically like the Vietnam era Captain America that like he paints his face with the American flag. You know that dude? He has like the short blonde hair. He's not. Oh man.
I'm thinking
you can't put a face to it. He has an American.
No, but I can't put. I'm thinking like of the Russian and the Punisher.
No, this guy is just like he wears a tank top, I think, too, and like his whole shtick is that he pops pills. Like there's red ones and blue ones, so I think the blue ones calm him down, but like the red ones are like, let's go murder people, and
it's
he's like
ridiculous.
But there's an issue of part of Frank Miller's not just an issue, but part of his run is like I think it's Born Again, where like he has to fight Nuke and like Captain America gets involved. But Nuke is just I think he's just such a great villain to go up against Cap, but we haven't seen that in the MCU.
I'm for some reason when you say Nuke, I'm thinking Duke Nukem.
Duke, he kind of looks like him, honestly.
Yeah, because Duke Nukem has short hair and like he's just like I'm gonna kill everything.
Yep. Think of Duke Nukem without sunglasses, but instead of literally an American flag painted on his face.
Nice.
Rick Remender does a great Captain America run, and he uses Nuke.
Does he?
Dude, Rick Moranis is Captain America.
Oh, we're bringing that back.
Whenever you say Rick Miranda, it just makes me think of Remender. Either way, it's so close. It's so similar to Romanis.
He's seriously one of the best writers in comic books right now.
Yep.
What is he writing right now?
He did that X-Force bit that I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
Uncanny X-Force.
He did a run on the Avengers called Uncanny Avengers. He did a run on Captain America where he went to Dimension Z.
Yeah. I like Rick Remender, honestly, more for his independent stuff, though.
His independent catalog is also incredible.
What
Right,
What are we
Deadly-
looking at for his independent?
First of
catalog?
all, we should definitely. We need to talk about Deadly Class for an episode because
All right,
that's a
let's do that.
great series. That's I think one of my favorite series of his. Also, 7 to Eternity. That's a great one. That's about to end and it's kind of short, but it's really epic.
Black Science.
Black Science. That's a great one. I haven't read a lot of that, but from what I mean, Rick Remender could do no wrong. So anything you pick up by him is gonna be fun to read. Honestly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Rick
Shout
Remender.
out to Rick Remender
Yeah. For show.
and Rick Moranis.
And Rick Moranis, of course. We stand Rick Moranis on the show. We stand Rick Remender. And
we love Ricks on
Yeah,
this show.
a lot of little Ricks. Wasn't Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter also a comic book?
It might have been like a
It was
real
a
book.
novel.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a real book. It was a novel.
Yeah.
a novel.
Is
I
that
guess we
true?
shouldn't say real book. That's a weird thing to say. It was a
Yeah,
novel.
Cody.
No, I said it. Don't blame Cody. You
Yeah,
always blame
dude.
Cody, even when I say shit.
Cody, he's just like the go-to. Like more than likely, if something bad happens,
What?
it probably came from Cody's boat.
That's unfair. I am a beacon of light and joy.
Honestly, in my day-to-day life, I'm usually that character, so I appreciate that I don't have to be in this podcast.
No, I'm just
So no, we got to talk about It's Always Sunny in Killadelphia because that's what we read.
Yeah, dude. Kill-Kill-Killadelphia.
Yes,
when I
that's
was
a great
reading it,
mashup.
I was just picturing like the Fresh Prince surviving
Yeah.
vampires.
Yeah,
That
dude.
would be a
Nah,
good
dude. Will
episode.
Smith would have gotten 8.
You think
What?
so? The dude from
What?
I Am Legend, he was
Yeah.
murking vampires.
Yeah.
Well, these vampires would murk I Am Legend vampires.
Whoa, you think so, huh?
Yeah, they were because those are mindless in I Am Legend for the most part.
Yeah, they're
So
like
I-
zombies.
So speaking of books, have you guys ever read the book I Am Legend?
No.
No,
Dude, it's actually really cool. It's super small. Like
I have it,
heard.
but I haven't read it. Yeah,
you can finish it in a day, but
can I?
yeah, no, it's small. It's like really not that long of a book, but it's cool. It's like, so in the book, they're not mindless at all. They're actually quite the opposite. They all come out at night, and he's not like a scientist. He's literally just a factory worker in New Jersey.
Ooh.
And I forgot what his name was, Daniel Neville or David Neville or whatever. And they come out and they know he's still human, and they're like, "Hey, David, come out. We want to eat you." So they're not like, "Rrrr."
Oh
They
shit!
actually, no, they speak and they like
That's
laugh and they
creepy.
mock him. Yeah, it's creepy as fuck.
But if it was a Fresh Prince episode, he'd had Jazzy Jeff on his side, so you can't mess with that combo.
Carlton
Yeah,
would give a
dude.
speech about like,
Dude,
Oh, he'd be the
Carlton's
bait.
dead.
Yeah, Carlton's dead,
you
man.
think so?
Oh,
Yeah, what?
for
They would
sure.
they'd leave his ass behind immediately.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think Carlton proved in the show a lot of athletic prowess. So I'm not sure. He did.
Yeah, but this is the movie.
Oh, okay. So he dies in the movie.
I don't know why it became a movie, but it's a movie.
Yeah, when did
Just so I could be right somehow,
yeah.
even though it doesn't make sense. But yeah, Hemogoblin, watch out for him in the...
Killadelphia.
No, he's going to be the character in the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder said that at the end of the Snyder Cut, there's going to be a character that hardcore fans will love. So it's got to be Hemogoblin.
Well, yeah. Well, also, what does that mean, hardcore fans?
It means that Zack Snyder's... Did you see that fucking picture he put out? Or he didn't put out, but it's like Joker looking
Joker
like
with
Jesus.
the crown of thorns on his head.
Yeah, what the... Come on.
Disgusting.
Edgelord. That's what an edgelord does exactly.
Edgelord. Maxwell Edgelord.
Dude, we need an edgelord graphic for our show.
Edgelord.
Yeah, like if we eventually put a show on YouTube, I just want that to show up like edgelord.
Yeah, because we're going to have to talk about that 4-hour edgelord movie.
Oh, we will be talking about
Yeah,
it.
we will. I'm
One thing-
hyped. I'm more hyped for the conversation than I am for the actual movie.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hyped for both, honestly.
I'm hyped for not having to pay for the movie.
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
I just wouldn't want to watch it in a movie theater anyway. I don't want to sit there for 4 hours. That's a long time.
Yes, you do.
Speaking of 4 hours, did you guys watch Hamilton in 1 or 2 sittings?
One. I actually liked Hamilton.
I saw Hamilton live. So.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
Over here. I saw it on Broadway, baby.
I saw it on stage.
I was in row Z.
I was Hamilton.
You make a good Hamilton, honestly.
Actually, so in that play, if I were to choose any character, I would actually choose to be the king. I like his parts.
The king?
Dude,
Yeah.
the king is hilarious.
Oh yeah, okay.
The dude, he sings that "You'll Be Back" song.
Yeah.
That's who I would like to be.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I just thought exactly. He's only on in the show for like briefly, but he's fucking funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That's what
He
I
also
would
does
be.
like a voice in Frozen.
Dude, I loved Hamilton, and I loved that it was included in Killadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Rodney Barnes is a fan of Hamilton. Probably.
Yeah, dude. In his afterword or whatever at the end of the book,
Oh
he was
yeah.
talking about how he went. It was on his 6th time watching Hamilton that he decided to include it in the comic books.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. A lot of people shit on Hamilton, but I don't know. I liked it.
Really? Who shits on Hamilton? It is incredible.
I mean, I guess, everyone online is there's always going to be haters,
Yeah,
but
the fucking uncultured swine.
Yeah, dude. Fuck them.
it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Did you know what I honestly liked? Oh, sorry.
No, you go. I was just gonna say I got like the first night incredibly stoned, and the next night we kind of played like a little bit of a drinking game with it, and it was a great time.
What
we
was the
stopped.
drinking game?
I don't remember. There was like a lot of you had to take a shot like every time he said, "I'm not gonna miss my shot" or whatever.
I'm not throwing away my shot.
Yeah, he would.
That
You
makes
had
sense.
to take a shot, but we only did it with beer because we didn't want to die.
Right.
Nice pussies.
They say that like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, that would have. Dude, I'd watch one chorus and then I'd be done.
All right. Who would win in a fight?
Okay.
Vampire Lin Manuel Miranda versus Omega Red Miley Cyrus.
Whoa.
Got to bring her back because that's
Omega
a good
Red
character.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on. I have a few questions, a few variables.
Go for it.
So, because she's Omega Red Miley Cyrus,
Yes.
is her vocal range amplified by her mutant abilities?
Well, does Omega Red have a mutant ability that amplifies his fucking voice, Jake?
Well, no, but because he has like
then he does.
regenerative
No.
abilities.
Next question. Next
There he is.
question.
All right.
I'm I'm not serious at all. I don't know that.
Sure.
Sure.
I think you're
yes.
just mad that I asked such a specific, detailed question.
No, it was
Now you
it
don't
was a
have
good
an
question. I don't know. I don't think he has that power, so I'll say no.
answer. But this isn't Omega Red. You said this is O'Miley.
No, it's Omega Red played by Miley. Oh, I
thought, yeah, you didn't make it sound like they were being played by them.
No,
I thought you meant who would win, like a fusion of Omega Red and Miley Cyrus versus a vampire version of Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's how I took it too.
Gotcha.
And
I guess I
that's
was just
like Miley Cyrus. I was thinking of Omega Red playing like Hannah Omega and Omega Cyrus or whatever.
Omega Cyrus.
Omega Cyrus.
Like he has the wig, like
He still has the blonde hair and everything.
That's what I'm saying. We talked about this in another episode, so I was trying to bring it back, but you guys thought it was a fusion.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about fusions. Because Killadelphia is a fusion of many genres.
Yes, that's where I was trying to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, one thing I did like about the book that Rodney Barnes did was he made, or just like that specifically I related to, was the fact that the main character's girlfriend was white, or it was an interracial relationship.
Yes.
So you were talking about the other character. What's her name?
Jose.
Yeah, her name was
Jose.
Jose, wasn't it?
Jose.
She was a forensics or the person that did the autopsy, coroner. There we go.
I feel like they didn't give her much to do though.
But it's also like the first volume. I mean,
Yeah.
and they didn't give her much to do like in this one, but they already referenced she had a long-standing relationship with the father.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And she believed the story. Like
Yeah,
she knew
believed
something
the
was
story,
up.
that there were vampires infiltrating the 76ers.
76ers.
Wait, what?
That's Philadelphia's basketball team.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys notice the specific like Philly slang that was used?
No.
Oh, really? So I don't know. So specifically in the comic, Tevin Tompkins, he says when they're talking about, they're looking at the Rocky statue, and the dad is like, "Oh, Philadelphia's only hero is like a fictional hero." And he's like, "But I did like Rocky 3." And Tevin says, "I didn't see that shit, but Creed was my John." And John is a very specific like South New Jersey, Philadelphia slang word.
Nice.
Gotcha.
My shit or the goat, John. Yeah. He said it a few times, so I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool also because I really hate that word.
My John. Yeah.
My John.
It doesn't sound right. Like if he said my joint, that would sound right to me.
So but I like that he wrote it because that's like super specific. Like
that makes sense.
Region slang.
I just really love the book. I thought it was a super quick read. I was honestly like,
I breezed through it.
I felt like it just went too quickly. I was like, oh, I need more.
Yeah, it's always a good thing though when you reach the end of a comic.
Yeah, for sure.
If
a
vampire offered to turn you into one, would you guys say yes?
No,
probably not.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, dog.
I like sun. I like hanging out in the daytime.
Dude, but
I like eating food and not drinking blood.
The drinking blood is the best part. The drinking blood is the best part.
Yeah, I think drinking blood would be the cool part. Do you guys ever watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah, that shit's incredible.
The show or the movie?
Both.
I like it in the show when they go like clubbing and because they can't do drugs, they have to drink people's blood who like were on cocaine or Molly. They're like drug blood. I love that episode.
Yeah, if a vampire came in right now and bit any one of us,
then he has fun.
Yep.
Especially, I should probably ease up on drinking this drink. I feel like
Is the whole bottle the serving size?
Probably not. Oh, damn, it says 20 servings, so it's definitely not.
Holy shit.
In like 30 minutes, Jake's going to be like in a ball.
Yeah.
No, but Killadelphia was very cool. And you said the sequel comes out when? May?
April.
Nice.
I think March, actually, the second volume comes out.
I thought it was April, but it might be March. Regardless, not soon enough.
Dude, Jordan Peele wrote a little review on the cover.
Nice.
That'd be cool if he directed like a movie.
An episode?
Ooh, an episode.
March 31st, that's when it comes out.
Hey, day after my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Jake. Okay, who would you like to see in live action versions of the characters?
Okay.
We already got the dad covered.
I don't want that guy to play the dad.
Why? It's him.
No, because I'm not really feeling him.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've never even seen him act.
Exactly. So, like, why do I want to see it now?
Okay, who would you cast, Jake?
As the dad?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would probably...
Okay. Who would you do as John Adams?
Oh, shit. It's hard not to go with, like, Paul Giamatti. Just because he played John Adams on the HBO show.
True, yeah.
Bring him back.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Because Paul Giamatti's a great actor, so he might actually be able to pull it off. Because in the comic, dude, he's just like this bald, kind of fat guy. He wasn't really that physically imposing of a character.
Ooh, I would put Jeff Bridges maybe. I think he could pull that off.
Jeff Bridges is John Adams? He seems too tall.
How about
I don't know.
this? How about motherfucking Christian Bale
As John Adams?
Yeah, dude.
No,
Did you see him as Cheney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that movie either. Fuck
Anthony!
you!
You fucking asshole. What are you watching?
I don't know anymore. I watch so many movies, and
Apparently, what is your I don't know. Your list is like the exact opposite movies of what everyone wants.
Yep. Every time you skip over a movie, that's the one I pick.
It's true. Yeah, they were just like he borrowed a lot of cool like vampire lore.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, like especially in regards to like the whole once again like Caribbean thing and then the slave thing. I don't know if you guys ever seen Interview with the Vampire, Anthony. Oh, he hasn't seen it. Holy shit. Oh my god.
God damn it.
What the fuck? That's literally a classic.
I hate you. I hate everyone here.
Oh, I'm crying right now.
Oh my god. Well, I'm done.
No, go on about Interview with the Vampire.
Well, Interview with the Vampire, for the one person that doesn't know, is with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, and they play like slave time owner. They're slave owners who are also vampires, and their slaves are all like Caribbean based, and then it goes from there. But so like reading this, like I don't know, there's just like a lot of parallels to certain. That's why I really feel like I wonder if he did borrow from like Vampire in Brooklyn and Interview with the Vampire and just like other stuff. Yeah, Twilight. I'm assuming you saw fucking Twilight.
Yes.
Dude.
Great, there you go, guys. Anthony Iannaccio watches quality.
Dude,
Yeah. This is painting me in the wrong.
Do you guys feel like Twilight is the worst rendition of vampires?
I mean, yeah.
One of the worst, absolutely.
Cool.
There's also the other Twilight movies.
Yeah.
They're probably worse, you know what I mean? So
I just didn't like that they were like twinkly, and they clearly didn't have to like really kill people to live. And
no, they were chilling.
they were just chilling.
But they were creepy. They go to high school. Like what? They're like
they were honestly just creepy because they were fucking white. It had nothing to do with them being vampires.
But like they're like hundreds of years old, and what's at least the main guys like, let's be, or a few of them are like, let's be teenagers for the rest of our lives, even though they clearly don't even look like teenagers.
Yeah.
They chose to be teenagers. I thought
no, that's what I'm saying. They didn't choose to be teenagers. They chose to act like they were teenagers and go to high school.
Oh, that's true.
So that's creepy as hell.
Yeah,
they're literally hundreds of years old.
Yeah, you're right. They actively chose like, all right, since we look like teenagers, we're still going to go to school.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, the actors that they pick don't even look like teenagers, really. So
none of them.
But Robert Pattinson goes from vampire to Batman.
Who do you think would win, Blade or the Robert Pattinson vampire?
Blade.
Blade, yeah. What?
No question.
I don't know. You guys hold Blade in high regard.
Because Blade's awesome.
He's an amazing vampire killer.
I actually love the first movie, if I'm being honest.
I love the first two movies.
I've seen Blade. How about that? I've seen it.
No. The second one was the third one. I think was the one with Jessica Biel and like
Triple H in it.
Yeah, that was the third one.
That was the third one. Yeah,
that was really not great.
You bite your tongue.
Did you like that movie? I mean, it's not the worst
No,
thing.
I don't like that fucking movie.
Okay.
And I didn't see it.
Oh, yes.
I think. Oh, it'd be a fun segment to do next time if we have people vote on like movies that Anthony didn't see. And if they're right, I don't know, like you have to take like a massive bong.
There are people. If people that know me are listening to this, they're like, "This isn't true. We know this can't be true."
Now I begin to wonder, like, how classic can we get as far as like films that most people have seen? Have you not seen?
You're the first person, since you said it, I guess Cody agrees, that's ever said Interview with a Vampire is a classic.
Whoa, people, yeah.
Dude, it's a classic.
Classic, dude.
It's incredible. Dude, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt as homoerotic vampires in the 90s. It's amazing.
I'll watch it. I've heard of it. I know who's in it. I've just never seen it.
Homoerotic vampires, Anthony. What don't you want to see about that?
I didn't say no to that. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Have you seen well, you guys haven't seen Kolchak the Night Stalker, so ha ha ha. You have that's
yeah. Everyone who's listening, who the fuck has seen Kolchak the
Night Stalker? Dude, speaking of Night Stalker,
he wears a fedora.
That Richard Ramirez documentary?
No, is that guy called the Night Stalker?
Yeah, he is called the Night Stalker.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, they just put the documentary on Netflix. It's nuts.
Is that the one with the girl who dies in the Los Angeles hotel?
No, they did that one too, but no, there's a documentary on Netflix called The Night Stalker.
Damn.
And it's all interviews with like the dude who was over the case and stuff like that, and it's crazy.
I can't believe you guys would not choose to be a vampire.
Man, I mean, it just depends on the day. You know what I mean?
But would it be like a reluctant, like, hey, can I turn you into a vampire? Would you just be like, fine? Or do you mean like would you be like, yeah, sweet, I'll do it?
I mean, some days Cody would probably be like, yeah, I'm into that. Living forever. But other days I feel like I already feel like I'm going to live forever.
Oh God.
So,
yeah, but like that's the thing. I don't want to live forever. Like the world's getting shittier and shittier. Like I don't want to be a vampire in like 100 years. That
was a cool part in the comic when Tevin's grandma said that. She's like, you're given the time you get. Any more is an abomination.
Yeah.
Yes. And like he's definitely she is a main motivating factor for like Tevin's whole, I think, journey, because before she dies, she's kind of telling him like, you know, go live your life. And he's like, she never got it. Like, she's telling me this, but she didn't get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, it's kind of like on me to do what she couldn't and make sure other people like me could. Like his whole motivation, I love that character.
Yeah.
Way
Kevin
more than the main
sick.
character. Yeah. I feel like there might be a heel turn in the future, but I hope not.
No, I liked that he was like not this. I thought, first I thought, oh, this dude's a villain, but then he wasn't.
Right.
And I thought that was really cool. It's cool that like his grandma was his tether to humanity. Mm-hmm. And he had even offered to turn her, and he said no. She said no.
Yeah. So. And I like how she was like, "Oh, you've gotten so light lately. You know, it's like you're floating off the floor. You better eat." Like when if that was like in a movie or show or whatever, that would just be a cool shot. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't have to show you that the whole time. It's just like the kind of he's a vampire. You don't have to like lay it on thick, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm going to expect you not to have seen this one, but it is a really cool vampire movie.
Here we go.
Let the Right One In.
So good.
Wait, the American one?
Okay, so I guess the American one is Let Me In, or
yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen either.
Oh, that's incredible.
Well, they're just
I've
cool,
seen both.
Yeah, I have too. They're both cool.
Yeah, they're both cool.
If anyone wants to send me, anyone listening wants to send me Blu-rays of all these movies, I'll gladly watch them. I gotta respect these classics like Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Dude, it is a classic. It's definitely a classic. It's a horror classic at the very least.
Like The Bride of Frankenstein, that's a horror classic.
No.
I don't even know.
Yes, it is. But it's like 30 some odd years old. That's pretty classic. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. So a movie's just a classic if it's as old as me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Just 30 years old, and then boom, you're instantly memorable for life.
That just makes me feel old more than anything.
I just feel like it's definitely like a classic. It's one of those movies that gets like, I don't know, it's aging well, I feel.
Kirsten Dunst is in it. A young Kirsten Dunst.
Child Kirsten.
Child Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten.
Is it Kirsten or Kristen? Why
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Oh, you're right. It's Kirsten.
Kirsten Dunst. Dunstan checks in. You ever see that movie? I bet you haven't seen that movie.
I have not.
You've never seen Dunstan checks in? Come on.
Is that a real fucking movie or what?
Yeah, there's a monkey.
There's a monkey
kid.
at a hotel. That's the entire plot.
You said there's a monkey at a hotel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Causing all sorts of hijinks.
Yeah. Kirsten Dunstan checks in which Kirsten Dunst does the what's his name, Andy Serkis thing and just plays an ape at a hotel.
Yes. I'm here for that reboot.
That's hilarious. Well, I think on that note, we'll wrap it up.
Rappy.
Sounds about right.
Rappy. I don't know if you guys are interested. You should check out Killadelphia. It's really cool.
Killadelphia. Oh god.
Written by Rodney Barnes and Jason Shawn Alexander does the art. Published by your boys at Image.
Wait, Jason Alexander does the art. That's why he had to add. That's why he had to add Sean in the middle. Jerry, I drew this comic, Jerry.
I drew vampires. Yeah, Jason Shawn Alexander.
You guys both did really bad impressions. Oh God. Put me down, y'all. Put me down.
We gotta put the baby to bed. All right, well, this is Comics and Chronic. I'm Jacob H.
Boom, boom. Cody Cannon.
Yeah, not you.
And see you next week.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.